Welcome to LatinoAmericans with your host and narrator, Jacqueline Torres.
Everything you need to know about Latino history by the author Emilce Novas. She is an expert in Latino history, culture, literature, and human rights. We will start today with what do Puerto Ricans mean when they say negro? The word negro is Spanish for black, black color, black race, black sky. Puerto Ricans, whose complexions range from black to fair, have a variety of words to describe skin color, but negro is really not one of them. Negro and negrito are strictly terms of endearment and are used when addressing anyone, even those with flaxen hair and blue eyes. A dark-skinned or black Puerto Rican is usually referred to as de color, meaning of color. However, an African American in the United States with identical skin color is called moreno or brown. A person with light brown skin is called trigueño, meaning brunette or swarthy. Blanco, white, is used for light-skinned persons, and indio refers to a person with native features. How did Sir Francis Drake get his comeuppance in Puerto Rico? In 1588, the year England defeated the Spanish Armada, owing to the maritime skills of English mariner Sir Francis Drake, the Spanish colonies in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico included, were under assault by the English. It seems that Puerto Rico had yielded little gold, but that San Juan had proven quite valuable to the Spanish as a stopover for galleons laden with treasure that were heading from Mexico and Peru to Spain. However, the galleons anchored in San Juan Bay were sitting ducks for raiders, pirates, and privateers after treasure. Sir Francis Drake, a state-sanctioned part-time privateer, was a pro at raiding Spanish cachet in the New World. Cash-strapped Elizabethan England could not afford a naval reserve, and it was too weak and vulnerable to engage in open aggression against the Spanish. Hence, it looked to privateers to act as naval reserve and engage in private wars and raids on enemy cachet, with the state getting a share of the plunder. In the last of his marauding expeditions, Drake set sail for Puerto Rico in 1595 with 27 ships and 4,500 troops. By then, the Spanish had cottoned on to Drake's antics, and by the time his fleet sighted Puerto Rico, 1,500 Spanish sailors had joined the 300 stationed on the island. The Spanish purposely sank 2 of their own ships to block Drake's entrance into San Juan Bay. When Sir Francis Drake and his men finally reached San Juan Bay on November 22, 1595, they were met by an unceasing blast of artillery from the Spanish. The English fleet swiftly withdrew out to sea and then circled the island, searching for a point of entry. But the Spanish were too well fortified to be penetrated. After another unsuccessful sea assault on Puerto Rico in 1596, Sir Francis Drake finally admitted defeat and, as fate would have it, shortly thereafter died of dysentery and was buried at sea. However, another Englishman, George Clifford, 3rd Earl of Cumberland, and a naval commander and courtier to Queen Elizabeth I, managed to capture La Fortaleza, the first fortress built to protect San Juan, and to wrest control of San Juan from the Spanish for 5 months in 1598. It seems a smallpox epidemic had stricken the Spanish soldiers on the island, and they did not have the strength to keep the English at bay. The peoples of Puerto Rico did their best to make life miserable for the English conquerors, who, succumbing to smallpox, fled. The Dutch invaded in 1625 and even burned San Juan, but the Spanish fended off these attackers too.
Thank you for listening to LatinoAmericans with your host and narrator, Jacqueline Torres.